Good evening, everyone. I hope we can hear me.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Yes, we can.
All right.
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, I have up to 90-something slide here, and I will be so concise. In the next 30 minutes, we should be done. All right. I'm going to be talking majorly on the topic on your screen. I hope you can see the screen. Can we?
Yes, yes, we can see your screen, sir.
Recording in progress.
Oh, good. Thank you so much. All right, we'll be talking more on building a team. And we're going to talk about real estate. And we'll measure it on the P1 business model. So these are the three things I'm going to pay attention to on today's training. So I will, just like I said, I'm going to be fast. My name is Alex Ochuba from the Light City of Anambra State. First, let me begin by saying that in life, you must find yourself in these three categories. I'm sure we can see the screen. It's either that you are in the beginning stage or you are in between the timeline or you are very much advanced. That's the old age. But guess what? There are three factors here. The three factors are time, money, and energy. And guess what? There is no time at every stage in your life you will have these three things intact. You must be lacking in one. If you have time and have money, you will not have energy. If you have money and you have time, if you have money and you have energy, you won't have time. Of course, you can see the narrative on the screen. You can see when you were beginning at the earlier stage, it was more of you having more of the time and the energy, but there is no money. Then you begin to move through the process. At a time soon, if actually you are not facing it at the moment, you have the money, you have the energy, you are actually at the apex part of your life, but there's no time. It's not every event they will invite you, go. Yes, because time is the main value, and it's not in essence. There are times it will get to that you will have the time, you have the money because you worked for it, and you will not have the energy. So at every time in your life, you will not have the three intact. So what it means is that you know where you are at the moment, know what you don't have, know the next stage of your life, and prepare for the next stage. This is going to form a basic line to what we're going to discuss today, because if you understand the timing, you will know what actually to do. So having said this, the question now is, what is your why? I keep telling people that the economy is very bad. Check what dollar is at the moment. During the days of my fathers, he showed me what he bought for 42 naira. You can't buy that for 1.3 million now. You cannot. The economy is bad. It's even getting worse as the day keeps going by. And the question is, what is the solution? I keep telling people it's business. What is business? Whatever you do that earns you money is business. At any time you grow to the point of when that money could work for you, that's investment. You overshoot the narrative. The question is, what is your why? This is my 5th year in business, in real estate. My 3 years as a networker. I will tell you the differences I've met in all this. Before I moved into real estate 5 years ago, I met my classmates who was a dropout. They did not finish school during our time. Only for me to check few years later after graduation, I saw the guy in money. He was driving a GLK. And I was asking him how far, what actually happened? He said he dropped out of school and went into real estate. I did not know, I don't know the detailed story. I don't know who gave him the soft landing for. But what I told myself, I don't know the detailed story of this guy. He's not in P1. But I told myself that if actually this guy is into real estate and was able to go through the ranks to this point, me, there is no a dollar. I'll move into real estate. And it's just time I'll give myself. And I will hit the necessity. So that is actually my my backbone. That is my why. That if I don't end up hitting that climax, I will not rest. The question now is, what is your why? Why are you in real estate? Why are you in business? A lot of why. It could be for happy home. Of course, it takes a whole lot to put a smile on the faces of your family members. It takes a lot. To your spouse, it takes a lot. To your children, giving them the basic, it takes a lot. Could it also be a personal development? In the business, a lot of things has changed. Some of them I've regulated them and I've checked so well. I am not the soccer kind of. In my life, I've not played soccer, I've not watched soccer, I'm not a soccer fan. But I met a client who is just football freak. He can't tell you one thing and don't talk about football. I had to follow the last World Cup. I followed everything. I had to even choose a team. I can now spend 90 minutes to watch a football game. A lot of things have changed. That's one thing in the business. You meet persons from different walks of life. You had to learn and relearn to meet up to the standard of these clients. That's one thing with the business. It's not static. At every time, you must be growing. Are we together? Are we together? I need a response.
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you. All right, let me push up. This is also one of the whys. Is it beautiful homes? Of course, it takes a lot to secure a plot, start building. I don't know how much you pay in your location. Over here, you pay 700 to 800,000 for 2 rooms and 1 parlor. Over here in Oka. Oka is a growing commercial city. I'm sure if you move outside Oka, there are places that are quite costly in other locations and other states. So if it's actually costly, now what happens in the next 5 years? I keep telling people, if you're not looking forward to own a property, to stop paying rent at least. You're not doing yourself a favor. Could it be beautiful homes? That's the next thing. Then there are people that are moved by luxurious cars. Luxury. Of course, there's no luxury that is cheap, no matter what level. So could it also be luxury? Could it also be, this is the grandfather of all of them, financial freedom, because at any time you don't, like in my dialect, I'm from Igbo tribe. That is this popular proverb. Interpret. Let your hand not be troubled. Persons who doesn't hear you. What it means is, if you have money, you will not have a shipwreck in your heart. That's what it means. So at any time you have money, you have something in your pocket. Wherever they said we should go, you will go there. Whatever they said that needs to be done, you will do it without being an eyelid. That's one thing. Is it financial freedom? That's the benchmark of all of them. Having said all these things, it will be nice I introduce you to a business, and I also will talk about a brand. Just follow me carefully. I'm going to talk about P1. Now, P1 is a group of companies that stands for Property World African Network. We got established in 2012. Down the line is 11 years and some months. By next year, March, we will be celebrating our 12 years in business. I'm a networker. Any networking business that doesn't have a product doesn't last. We're not doing, we rub it out, we pay for. That's not what we're doing here. Longevity is part of a test to a business. Statistics has it that 65% of businesses collapse in their first 10 years. We're beyond 10. Of course, you will get to see what experience has taught us, what we are doing in real estate, the additional we are doing that other real estate companies not doing, and what is standing us out. Just stay tuned with us. With time, I'll begin to unveil these things one to another. And over these years, we've been able to impact lives in these years. And I'm going to be pointing some of the things that have geared us towards this 11 years movement. Our vision is to make home ownership dream a reality to as many as. Whatever you will see me talk about, it's how to make home ownership dream a reality. The question now is, what is your dream? What is your home ownership dream? What is it like? I'm looking for that one day I'm going to own houses. I'm going to rent them out. I'm going to make money out of it. That one day I will stop paying rent. This is my 50 year in the business. Of course, you will also be hearing my stories along the line. How do we achieve this? That's the major question. One, we discover lands in affordable areas and make this land known to you. Show you how you can be able to make money and buy your own land and build your own home. Of course, you know, buying land that's not the end. Buying land is like a process to the end. We're not going to show you how you're going to make money to buy your own land. Until you build a home, it's not yet achieved. That's what we're going to show you. Our core value anchors of the world arise: accountability, responsibility, integrity. What we're saying, that's what we're doing. Service, that's what we render to you. And what we are looking at the end is an excellent one. So this is our driving force. Has been our driving force over this 11 years. Now, let me talk about the founders of the P1 Group. Now, you can see the pictures of the founders of the P1 Group, Dr. Augustine Ozioma and Dr. Jane Obioma. Now, their story, everybody has their story in the P1 Group. I'm sure you that is listening to me also have your own story. Who we are actually coming from the point. Back then, this couple barely could raise up. Of course, you know, it's easier now to begin to squat as a single person than squatting as a married couple. 300,000 was the issue. To raise 300,000 to pay for an apartment. And they were busy squatting from one home to another. This is actually what bettered what we are celebrating now as the P1 Group. 5 years back, I was not even living in my own rented apartment. 5 years ago, I was still struggling financially. 5 years ago, I was nobody. Everybody has their own story. So I don't know whatever your story is. But if you see these two couples now, of course, money that it takes process for you to acquire. When you are spending it and when you are living the life, you can be approachable. Meet them anywhere, you can approach them. But when you hit your guy and check out these G guys, when you hit money by sudden, the first thing you do is go and find harmony. Surround yourself with it. I want to make money whereby I can be free to walk around, talk to people, familiarize with people. People will be moved by my story. That is my aim. And that is the story of this couple. Now, let me push up a little more. Now, over the years, I told you that it's a P1 group. That means it's a group, that individual company that makes up the group. When we started, it was P1 Homes. That's the mother company of the P1 group. With time in 2015, we begin to expand. That led to the birth of the P1 Edge. And as time goes on, a lot of affiliate companies were bettered in the group. Of course, you can see good numbers of them. P1 Plus, and now we are celebrating above 35 affiliate companies in the group. That's what we're celebrating now. And guess what? With a single button, you can access everything about these affiliates. That's the beauty of it. A single button. And what's that button? That button is a PBO button. And I'm going to explain what a PBO is and what makes you a PBO. I'm going to get there. Now, all these affiliates are into properties. You can see cases whereby few of them are selling both houses and land. You can see cases whereby some of them are just selling lands, and they are highly autonomous. And somebody will be asking me, one day, can I be a managing director to any of my company, my dream company? Sure. When you prove your worth in the company, and of course, we give you, that's a reward for more work. It's a reward for more work. If you're able to do more, to deliver more, we'll be able to give you more work to do. And that's what we are seeing and what we're celebrating as these affiliate companies. Now, all these affiliates has a lot of things in common. What synergizes every of them is the PBO. You can market, sell, and commissions in any of these affiliates. You can walk into their office, just tell them I'm a PBO. It gives you access to inspections. It give you access to attend trainings in any of this office. That's the beauty. You don't come here and say you register for this one. No. We have a coordinated process. Now, let me push up a little because I told us that I will be fast. As it stands now, we are present in 32 states. Last month summit, that was September, we had summit organized in 27 states in Nigeria and also in diaspora. It's a global company. Pwan is not only in Nigeria alone. Pwan has crossed the boundaries of Nigeria and we're moving forward. So what it means is that it's mobile enough. You can be in your state and you're marketing a property in another state and you are still earning your statutory benefits that comes. That's what it means. It's highly mobile. For example, I'm in Anambra State, Oka precisely. At any time I see myself move from Anambra to Abuja, we have office there and I can do the business. Pwan Group is the first real estate company that adopts networking model. Let me explain this much more better. We did not say that we are the first real estate company. Of course, a lot of real estate companies were in existence before. We did not also say that we are the first networking company that came into existence. A lot of networking companies. But we are the first real estate company that adopts the networking model. Anybody that is into real estate doing networking model, I make proud to say they copy from us. Of course, you know what a pioneer in business will look like. We'll always be standing out. If you are paying first level indirect, you're not paying second level indirect. Pay second level indirect, you're not paying third level. We paid up to a fifth level indirect. That's how the model is. I will explain that much more better as time passes by. Of course, you could see some of the states in which we are present in. I am a little bit fast so that I can be able to finish up. Now we have our networking model here is 5 by 5 matrix. You agree with me that trees that grows downwards are much more stronger than trees that grows upwards. Compare it with a mustard seed or a corn. Iroko trees drive the wings, but a tiny wing that comes will uproot a corn. So you see what it means. What we're saying is pay attention to your first 5 when you come into the business. Of course, we're talking about team building. Over the years, I've checked. I don't even have much time to go out and do marketing to sell property. So what I do is I duplicate myself in others, as many as possible. And they are the ones going ahead to market and earn. Of course, anybody I talk to about the business who want to make sales and earn commissions. As they are selling, I'm earning it indirect. There is no month that passes by, I don't get an indirect commission. Because I desire to build a business. I started real estate 5 years ago without networking. 3 years ago, I started in networking. I know the difference. Because of course, no matter how professional I am in making sales, I cannot make 365 sales in 1 year. Every morning I will make a sale. Every morning I will make a sale. Every day I will make a sale. No, we're not selling peanuts now. These are properties that are worth millions of naira. So it's better I duplicate my strengths. in 100 persons, and I'm earning 1% out of them. It's much more better. So if you desire to build a business that will last, a business that tomorrow you continue to earn, focus on building teams. When I started, I was even the one coaching my upline. He was not so much active. I was the one coaching him. Of course, in this system, overtaking is allowed. But now he's earning a lot out of my efforts. The same thing I'm doing to others. The first indirect I received in the business came carelessly. How did it come? I was barely starting. When my upline was telling me about it, I told him these things are quite juicy. I just hope it's true. Imagine I was a local agent. What we struggle for is 5%. And that 5% is 5 from the buyer, 5 from the seller. I don't know how they do it in your location, but I'm just using my own to give you an example. Sometimes you see a transaction at the verge of conclusion. Immediately the client pays. Ghosts begin to materialize. People begin to come out and they say they're in the line. And people begin to accept. Sometimes we'll be up to like 7 looking for 5%. You know what it means? 0 point something percent. But see blow now, you will blow out your own out. If you don't have muscular system to bring out your own, you can't get it. I am not diabolic. Some of them will say, okay, let me go to Shrine and do the needful. I wasn't diabolic. If I don't comfort, if I don't beat out my own out, won't rest. But that was my struggle 5 years ago. And I came here and I was seeing 15% commission. I said, are you sure this is true? He said, yes. We began the journey. Sales was actually quite hard. The first thing I earned was indirect. How did it come? Please don't laugh in my stories. I was using Nokia Touch. It was not as if it was a good phone. Sometimes the alert will come. It will not come with description on it. I saw an alert, 3% though. A land worth 3.6 million. That's up to 100 and something thousand. I saw it. I went to bank straight. When careless money comes, I took a transfer slip, moved the money from my Union Bank account to UBA account. At least let it be waiting there. Pending when the owner calls and said, oh, sorry, Alex, so I made the wrong transfer. Okay, give me time, let me raise the money. That was actually my state as at 5 years ago. But now it's no longer the same. If you want to last in real estate, if you want to last in this business, build team. No matter how small they are. Because as you keep building teams, you keep getting more opportunity to be earning indirect. I have persons who have inspired me. There is no way they don't get an alert. I said, I won't rest until I get to that point. A lot of them are in the business. Okay, let's keep on. Now I'm going to be talking about the evolution of the model we are celebrating now as the P1 model. Now, over the years, what we used to have is independent business development executives. That is actually what metamorphosed to what we are celebrating now as a PBO. Then the question is, who is a PBO? That's what I'm going to be paying attention to. What makes you a PBO? Of course, when you see me talk about PBO, what I'm talking about is the P1 business owner. The business is now moving, it's an evolution. It's now moving out from independent development executives to an owner in the business. That's what I'm going to pay attention to. Because what P1 is doing is that P1 is making you a business owner. The P1 model. And I'll tell you how that works. As a pioneer in real estate industry and following our vision of making home ownership a reality, the P1 group designed this program for our members to begin their journey towards owning their own property by subscribing to a house or to a land in any of the P1 company and enjoy the liberty of paying over a period of time. Now, the range of this benefit is 1.5 million worth of land, 15 million worth of apartments, and 60 million worth of apartments. I'm going to tell you how that works. I'm going to tell you how that works. But before I do that, imagine in our economic system, how much can someone earn at like a startup business? How much do you think a person can earn as a startup salary? There are many places they pay people 50,000, and they are still living. There are also other places they pay people 20. But let's just say we started we placed you on a salary of 100,000. How much can you save out of this 100,000? How much do you think you can save? Some people cannot even, because of course, the way the economy is, transport alone will take that money. I will tell you somebody who is able to save 15,000 every month does that for 5 years and has a reward of 1.5 million. Because I normally meet my class to character or due to time. I would have sample opinions to know how much you can save out of this 100,000. Can we hear me? Are we together? Hello? If someone can hear me, and the person.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, go ahead. We're hearing you.
Go ahead.
Mr. Alex.
We're hearing you.
So someone who earns 100,000 as salary, how much do you think the person, like if you are being paid 100,000 every month, how much can you save? It's a question I'm throwing out. Tell me, how much can you save every month?
For me, with 100,000, I don't think you can save it. Because the stock price now.
I can't hear you. Say you can't save anything.
With 100,000 naira, I don't think somebody can save anything because with the economy now, before you purchase, you have to go for a bag of rice now. A bag of rice now is about 50-something thousand.
You are very realistic. Thank you so much.
There are still a lot of responsibility of that. So with 100,000, for me, even if you want to save it, it's not more than 10,000.
Thank you so much. You are very realistic. You know when you become a first child, of course, it's an additional wahala. Because last born they don't have much. I'm not saying sorry. Apologies to all last boys that here. Yeah, I'm also a last born. But sometimes they don't have much responsibility. Okay, check if you are the first child. You have more responsibility, and of course, there are months that will come. It looks like the demon left every of the 11 months and position itself in this 1 month. But for example, you disciplined yourself. You're able to save 15,000 naira. Let's see what you can be able to achieve. Now, the company states that if you're able to save 15,000 naira for 5 years, I'm talking about the home ownership journey that makes you a people. That's what I'm talking about. The home ownership journey of 15,000. I'm going to get there when I'm going to explain to you. So I'm going to show you somebody who is able to do 15,000 naira every month, discipline himself to do this 15,000 naira. And at the end of 5 years, he was able to save up to 1.5 million. The question is how? If you're asking that how, can you make it loud? Let me hear you. If you're asking the same question, you want to know how? I will show you.
Yes, we want to know how.
I will show you the how. You're able to save 15,000 at the end of 5 years. You're going up with 1.5 million. Okay, but before I do, let me talk about 12 ways you can earn. It will give us a benchmark to understand what I'm saying. First way you can earn is what we'll call direct recruitment bonus. That's the first way you can earn. In direct recruitment bonus, if you register somebody with 7,650, you earn it 7,000. You register someone with 2,650, you earn 11,550. You register 1,655 of them, you get food voucher worth 3,000 naira. It's not on the slide. That's the food network I'm talking about. The second way in which you can earn is what we call direct sales commission. This is where the money is. For example, I was able to make sales. What I will earn is 15%. Now, somebody will be seeing range from 1.1% to 15%. Let me explain. There are times you will come with a registration package, you will earn less. So that's why you see range. I'm going to explain the registration entry and what you will earn in a matter of time. So direct sales commission, 15%. Indirect sales commission ranges from 1% to 5%. For example, I introduce A into the business. A makes sales. I earn 5%. If A introduces B into the business and B makes sales, B earns 15, A earns 5%, I earn 2.5. If B introduces C into the business, C makes sales, C earns 15%, B earns 5%, A earns 2.5%, I earn 1.5%. Then I steady to get to, I'll start earning 1%. So at every time you're earning, that's the bit about the model. We also have what we call buy to sell. Now, this is actually what is making us standing out in other real estate firms. Our 11 years in business experience has taught us that a property of so and so, for example, we can tell what the property will look like in 6 months' time. Check the property in 12 months, we'll tell you what it will look like. 18 months will tell you that C and C. 24 months, we can tell you, look at the position of the property. For example, in 6 months' time, in buy to sell, if you transact a buy to sell with us, you will get 12.5% in 6 months. I mean, if you talk to a client who buy to sell with us, the client is going to get 12.5%. Buy the same land, leave it for 12 months. Of course, the company is the one that will sell the property for you. So the headache of finding buyers will not be there. The headache of you finding buyers is not wahala. It's company bears that. The company must get buyers. Why did I say the company must get buyers? The company gives you a receipt for payment to show that we have seen your alert. The contract of sales to show that we had a transaction with you on so and so that will last for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, or 24 months. We'll give you a positive check. Now let me explain a positive check to you. It's a criminal offense to have a bounce check being issued. Company that has lasted for 11 years cannot trade its defense. Bounce check. So of course you see now it's a boss. The positive check will have your capital, your profits, and the maturity date on it. That's the thing. That means you even have your money ahead of time. So the duration, you go to the bank, take your money. Now, when you sell these buy to sells, if you sell for 12 months, your commission is 7.5. 18 months, 10%, it varies. That's what you are seeing at 7.5%. Then if you have indirect, buy to sell has an indirect. The indirect is 2.5%. It also varies from 18 months and 24 months. Then that may not permit me to talk about center recruitment bonus. Of course, with time, when you start coming to our trainings in the center where you are, you will explain, you will get to understand the center bonus, the center sales bonus, center recruitment bonus, PO, monthly performance. Let me talk about annual performance bonus. We are the only company that believes in profit sharing. Put your money in the bank. Than it being added to, they will be subtracting from it. I was shocked. I checked my alert. I saw maintenance, something chemical maintenance, and it was up to 200 and something naira. That was charges. So imagine 500 people being deducted 200 and something. But here in our annual performance bonus, if we are able to make up the requirement for the annual performance bonus, it's an extra money. Of course, you see persons who has qualified for it. It's an additional money. Anybody you see that qualify for the annual performance bonus has eaten his commission, has cleaned his mouth, and is taking an extra. Believe in profit sharing. What we do is that we calculate our 1% profits in an annual year. If our profit is 100%, we pull out 1% out of it, then share it to deserving members. Believe so much in profit sharing. Okay. Time you get to understand the PBO elites and the managers and the directors' bonuses. Okay. I will not be talking about the 13 ways today, maybe on a very good time to have that being explained. Now, you can see the registration, the list registration that we have 1650. That makes you an associate. An annual fee, it's an annual fee, continuous fee every year that you always pay, which is 36,000 naira. When you add up the two, giving you 37,650. When you become a gold PBO, that's a 50,650. That means you have started the home ownership journey of 15,000. Now I said I'm going to explain to you who was able to do 15,000 naira every month and was able to get a reward of 1.5 million. I'm getting closer to it. Now, let me talk about our point value system. Point value is like our naira, our currency in the P1. Every time you recruit a PBO, you get a point value. Every time you recruit someone, you get a point value. Every time your PBO, the PBO you recruit, subscribe into his home ownership journey, you earn point value on it. Any money that is being paid via registration, there is a point value attached to it. I will show you later. I will show you. Every time a PBO subscribes to his home ownership journey and makes any deposit every month, he earns point value. Now, 1 point value is 12 naira. Take note. It looks small, but this is a tiny, tiny money that has made a lot in respect to time. Now, let me explain this. All the levels here are entry level. All of them. I will tell you the difference in each and every one of them. I will tell you how the company sees you. I also will tell you your benefits in each of them. Are we together? First, as an associate PBU, company calls you associate because you are coming in with 1650. Your benefits, if you make sales, you earn half your commission. That's one thing. Believe so much at 160. Indirect will come, but after 1 year it will stop. Are we together? Then for gold PBO, you are coming in with 7,650. We believe so much you're a business kind. Everything about commissions you earn, direct, it will come completely. Indirect will come completely. As a good PBO. As a classic good PBO, you are seeing the difference between classic good PBO. It's you earn all direct, you earn all indirect, you earn all point values. For example, if you register 1650 at classic, you earn 1 point value attached to it. 12 naira. If there are more, like in my team now, I have above 70 associate PBOs. So what it means that I've earned 1 point value times each and every one of them. That's the difference. You also will earn incentives. Some of the incentives we are having in this current time, this current dispensation, it's measured on a classic gold. It's a new revolution, it's a new wave in the P1 group. If you have not started as classic gold PBO, you are missing a lot. I was telling you, somebody will now be asking me, what's the difference between classic gold, elite, and VIP? And that's where I am now. Because at elite, you earn the same thing. Commission, full, direct and indirect, point value, incentive, all of them will come. The same thing with VIP. But what's the difference between classic, elite, and VIP? That's where I am. In classic gold PBO, you are saving 15,000 naira every month. I think in figures. Some of you can check your calculator and follow me because I'm going to be too fast. Times 15,000 naira by 5 years. 5 years times 12 is 60 months. So 60 months times 15,000, 900,000. That's what you're able to save in 1 year, in 5 years. Company said if you're able to save this 900,000 for 5 years, we will give you a land in any location of your choice, worth 1.5 million. For example, I've started my home ownership journey. Yeah, I'm targeting a land in Port Harcourt. That's my target. This is my third year in the business. In the next 2 years, I will be qualified for it. That's the target. So imagine, you see how mobile it is. Now, you are saving 900. Company is adding 600,000 on top of it. Somebody will now be asking, where is this money coming from? Of course, it's compounding. A buy to sell already has compounded and you are seeing it 12%, 30%, 50%, 70%. It compounds. It's not magic. The money that you have paid over the time has compounded. Now, if you come to earlier, you are saving 150,000 every month. And you save up to 9 million. Company adds 6 million on it, giving you an apartment worth 15 million. That's huge. That's huge. Tiny, tiny money. And it's getting you a bigger reward. Now, somebody will now ask me, oh, Alex, please, if I have up to 900,000 and give the company, would they give me that land? I know somebody is asking that kind of question. Good. If you have 900,000 and pay and give us, we'll collect it. But we'll not give you that land. Of course, you remember when I said that this program is designed for P1, the P1 members to be able to pay for their own land or own home in a space of time. So it's not for persons who have all the money. If you have all the money, you can take off any of the land. Pay in 3 months, we call it outright. Pay in 1 year, we can give you installment. But if you must be doing it this little, you must give us 5 years. Somebody will now be saying, the company is biased. Let me tell you something. If company gets to 5 years of your registration as a classic good and check your database, you've not saved up to 900,000, the company waits for you. If you save up to 900,000 before the 5 years, you wait for the company. There are two waiting here. Balanced waiting. Get there before us, you wait for us. We get there before you, wait for you. That's the balance. I'm sure I've done justice to this entry level. Let me move a little bit further to the next level. Of course, I told us that we also have food network, whereby if you register 5 associate PBO, you'll get 3,000 worth of food voucher. It looks small, but it's also a place to start for some of us who are just joining us for the very first time. Just make a target. I told myself that every week I must have 5 persons I will talk to. I come out in Max, I start sharing flyers, I keep talking to people, I keep going for seminars, talking to our associations to build team. Because the truth is that if you're not able to build team, your growth will be very, very slow. Your longevity in the business will be minimal. Some of these things you are saying, indirect commissions, you will not enjoy it. I'm not saying if you're making sales directly, you won't make money. I'm not saying so. But if you want to last in business, that's what I'm saying. Because there are always limits to where you can go to. There's always limit. I just want to be fast so that I can get to the growth pattern. There are always limits to where you can get to. Of course, there are people that I can reach that I cannot be able to reach. The only thing that does that is that if you're able to network with people, you get to that range. Now, let me tell you what will happen to you. The projection here is anytime if you are consistent in the business, 8 months, 1 year, or any time in between, you are consistent, you are talking to people, somebody will now be asking, where am I getting my 35-point value? 52,650 registration gives you 37-point value, 35-point values. 35-point values times 12 naira will give you 420. That is the naira equivalent of the classic gold you register. If you're able to register 5 persons, it will give you 175-point values. Times it by 5. That is what you are seeing like this. To a 9th generation. That's how point value moves. Your point value moves to a 9th generation. Now see the money. See the equivalent in cash. You can see it. That the 5 person that you have registered is giving you already 2,100 naira. That is your worth of your first 5 levels. Do the next 5. It has catapulted you to 10,500. Now see how where multiplication factor comes in. 52,500. You see the numbers are now keep going. Just what are we doing? We're just slicing by 5. We're just building teams. I am not calculating commissions. Of course, in between the lines, there is high probability that everybody you bring into the business will not suddenly become dormant. I don't believe so. So you can see where registration alone is taking you to 205,050,600 naira. Of course, every point value you earn, 50% comes to you as cash, then 50% goes to your home ownership journey. Divide this money by half. That's what you are taking home with on registration. Now we have a lot of promo that is encouraging registration. Register 5 persons, although it has ended. You get an Android phone and a lot of lists. Become a classic gold PBO. Become a classic gold. Register 30 gold. Find you will meet us at the all expense paid trip in Ghana. These are the things that are encouraging recruitment. Now let's talk about the benefit of a PBO. What is your benefit? I've talked about point value. And I also told you that every point value you earn, 50% goes into your ownership job. 50% goes into your account. That's what we cash out. Now, in this savings scheme of 15,000 naira, you can choose any location of your choice. For example, you can be in the east. You're looking for a property in the west, in Abuja, in Lagos State, in Port Harcourt. That's the beauty. Now, you can also subscribe for your children. I came into the business, my first 5 are my direct siblings. I said I cannot be growing and you people will not be growing. There's also what we call spillovers. Spillovers is what is blessing them. Careless point value will just come and hit them. That's the thing. So what it means is that as soon as I'm taking my own my own land, these ones are also getting ready for theirs. So that is what it means. You can also subscribe for your spouse. You can also choose the best payment plan that suits your income. You can pay monthly if your income encourages it, bi-monthly or quarterly. If you have the 900,000, just like I said, you can also pay it at once. Now you can also win a brand new cars. A lot of them you will see a lot of cars that has been won. You can also qualify for an all expense paid trip. Of course, these are part of the international trips. These are Dubai. Of course, that's the beauty about the business we are doing. It will not only make you local, it also make you an international realtor. That you get to meet a lot of persons outside the confines on the shores of Nigeria. Because you can see brand new cars that have been won over the years All these ones are brand ambassadors. These ambassador Gwefi. Yeah, if you see him now, you see a lot of things have changed, and that's actually growth in the business. These are brand ambassadors. These are Mama V. A lot of them that has qualified for a brand new car. This is many years back. Now, I will tell you what stood the current brand ambassador out, which is also team building. Recruitment. That's what stood it out. And of course, he's enjoying it now. Fully, you can see his car. And these are what we call performance bonus. I told us that we believe in profit sharing, that we will calculate 100% of our profit, pull out 1%, share to deserving members. You can see 1% is running in millions. Somebody is receiving 2 point something, 1%. First, you can see them. Yeah. I'm actually fast so that I can hear our question. Now, let me talk about the growth pattern. If you come in and sign in at this moment, we call you a PBO. The journey have started. It's not looking like everybody is a grass and there is this 1 or 2 Iroko trees. No. Everybody wants to grow in the ranks. Now, if you recruit 5 PBOs, 5 gold PBOs, 5 classic gold PBOs, we call you an assistant manager. That's your rank in the PBO, an assistant manager. If you recruit, if that 5 registers becomes assistant manager, that's you recruited 5 assistant managers, it makes you a manager. Of course, some of the center bonuses we're talking about, center sales bonuses, is coming from managership. The other time we had a manager retreat. We're also saying that from January this year till January to December ending, if you're able to become a manager within this space, you qualify for all expense factory. So gone are those days whereby you see persons who have sold a whole lot to qualify for all expense factory. Now with your recruitment, with your team building, that's how strategic the company is. With your team building, you can find your way to all expense factory. Now see the reward. When you become a manager, you earn a manager bonus of 144,000 naira. Then, if you're able to develop 5 managers, it makes you a senior manager. And see the rewards. The reward is 360,000 naira worth of cash. Then, when you develop 5 senior managers, it makes you a Sephora manager. And see the reward here. A marketing car worth 2.7 million. Then, when you develop 5 Sephora managers, it makes you an Emerald manager. Rent subsidy worth 3 million, car fund worth 6 million. I will show you my target because I have a target in the team building. I will rest until I get here. That is my target. Develop 5 Emerald managers. It makes a diamond manager. At this point, look at it's enormous. House rent worth 30 million. Kitchen and household furniture worth 10 million. Brand new car worth 15 million. All expense paid vacation for family and 6 million traveling allowance, father, mother, and 4 kids. This is my target. I've positioned myself. I've had 4 children. So that at the time I will get to this stage, what again am I asking for? Then when you develop 5 diamond managers, it makes you diamond director. Of course, they will have to communicate the benefits, personality. Of course, you know why now. Security is see how the country is looking like. Then when you keep moving, you become a national director, you become a stakeholder in the business. Are we together? Now, back to where I started from. I've said a lot of things. Every training, you come and sit down and listen. If the training is not telling you what you should stop and what you should start doing, or what you should add to what you are doing, it's not beneficial. understanding the time that you can never have time, money, and energy at the same time. Of course, what you need to do is to brace up. See what's ahead of you and begin to push towards that direction. We are still in the early stage of our life. I'm sure nobody that is listening to me is above 60 years. What it means that you have time. So that time, you have to position it very well. I keep saying, real estate cannot be wrong. Our fathers who did oil and gas, people who looked up to, those of them who came into oil and gas first, they're the ones who enjoyed it. Write it down today, that anybody that is into real estate now, you enjoy it. It's a matter of time. Of course, there are a lot of challenges. Sometimes you market the product online, nobody will tend to even give you a like or appreciate it. But put in your picture, you see how people are cute, beautiful, gay, because it's a matter of time. Now in my church, you cannot say you're buying a property. It's Alex. Alex will help you validate it. Reason, because over the time, I was consistent in doing what I'm doing. And people can now say, no, I refer you to Susan. When you get to that stage whereby you become a hub, you become a center whereby people can say, this guy has always been in my mind. Each time, go to him for anything real estate. You manage the time. Because very soon we'll become at the very peak of our career. Start your home ownership plan today. Become a PBO today. I think this is where I'm going to end. And I will entertain our questions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alex Ochuba. That was a mind-blowing session with you on board. I enjoyed it so much. I was taking notes. I believe everyone here too has also had a lot of interesting things to note today about the presentation. Thank you so much.